The director knelt down next to a child's coloring book and lifted it from the puddle of blood that had already started soaking its pages. He adjusted his mask and started flipping through it. The parts that weren't stained with blood had been badly colored, probably by the students that lay dead several feet away. So, what went on here? Tell me what you see. The director looked up at Agent H. Agent H's hands were visibly clammy, and the director could see the sweat building on his forehead. Well, the bodies died from blood loss caused by thousands of small ruptures in the skin. It looks like every child in here was suffering from some kind of skin infection. Each victim seems to be suffering from late stages of rigor mortis, except the bodies are still warm. The director glanced at Agent H, who was pulling bodies aside. What could cause that? Well, Agent Hamilton nearly slipped on the blood, but caught himself on the wall. Rigor mortis is caused when the body no longer has the oxygen needed to create adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, a chemical needed for muscle relaxation. I've read that sometimes people who've gone through heart surgery suffer from it afterwards, but I don't think that's what happened here. The director used the coloring book to crush a small spider that was crawling up the wall. Okay. I guess it could have been caused by a rapid loss of ATP. Maybe it's a food source. That would explain the ruptures and the skin irritation. Agent H stepped away from the pile of bodies and wiped sweat from his forehead. So, the director turned toward Agent Hamilton. You're saying that these things somehow get in the body and then burst out after they've finished feeding? Yeah, it looks like... Agent Hamilton's voice faded, and he lifted a book off the desk. The director could see the blood drain from his face. Nothing else needed to be said. They both knew what the book was, and what it meant. Agent Hamilton opened the book and began to read. FIDDLYWARTS. This microscopic airborne larva... The director watched as Agent H became unable to move. He stepped back as one of his most promising agents fell to the floor, unable to hold himself up. He knelt, looking into the scared and confused eyes of Agent H. I know you're confused. Why am I not rolling in agony? Here, the director pulled his mask off and watched as Agent H's confusion turned to seething hatred. We're on the same side. I will avenge you. The director stood, slipped his mask back on, and walked to the car, where he grabbed a large container of gasoline. When he returned, the warts and blisters covering Agent H were already splitting open. Thousands of spiders were pushing their way out from beneath the skin, and you could hear Agent H try to scream in agony. The director began pouring the gasoline over the children, Agent H, and that horrible book. The fire would hide it all, and, even though he knew it was unlikely, maybe it would destroy the book as well.